نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Our beloved faculty members of our postgraduate and research department of Arabic and College, today's guest, our beloved friend, brother, Mr. Abdur Rahman, AK, Senior Research Fellow, Department of English, the New College, our dear participants, research scholars, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, by the grace of Allah the Almighty, we are today starting the program on the topic how to prepare for UGC NET JRF, particularly the paper 1. Dear participants, you are very well aware that getting an eligibility in NET and JRF, that is very important for the research scholars and higher education degree holders, PG people, to hold the post and position of assistant professor in the colleges and universities, and also it is very useful to get fellowships, scholarships from the UGC funded programs. Many people who appear for this exam, they face lot of challenges and difficulties in clearing these papers, more particularly the paper 1. In this respect, we, the faculty members of PG and Research Department of Arabic, have decided today to conduct a coaching program, a training program by a specialist of this field, our beloved friend and brother, Mr. Abdur Rahman AK, who has conducted such programs for many students at different levels, at different places and timings. MashaAllah, due to his efficient programs in this area, few people that have cleared the paper successfully. So, we wanted to have this brother, Mr. Abdur Rahman AK, to be today's chief guest to offer this program. I request all of you, the participants, to be very vigilantly attend the program and get benefits out of it. And you want to be a good coaches for future generation and other such young aspirants in the coming days. Whenever you get any doubt, we will provide you the contact links of our brother Abdur Rahman. You may contact him later on also. Now you are requested to attend the program sincerely and seriously. May Allah bless all of us and you may get benefits out of it. Jazakumullah Hassan. Now I request to initiate this program with a qiraat from our student of second MA, Narajuddin.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها وعليها ما اكتسبت ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah, Mr. ncarabicdept. Now I invite our friend, brother, senior research fellow, Mr. Abdur Rahman sir, to initiate this program. I welcome you, sir, and I also welcome all the participants.
Okay, thank you, Ibrahim sir, and respected head of the department and all other professors and participants. A very good afternoon to all. Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you, sir. And already, Ibrahim sir discussed the relevance of NET exam and its importance. So I don't want to explain all those things again. And now all of you know its relevance. Then now let us think about the difficulty level of the exam. So hope you might be knowing the difficulty level of the exam, because this is a national exam of the letter NET stands. It is a national eligibility test. So being a national exam, so participants from all states will be attending the exam, and only a few, probably less than 10%, will be clearing the exam. So you will see the top of the top percentage. This 6%, that will be clearing this exam. So that's the difficulty level of the exam. But don't be afraid. If we try, however, definitely we will be clearing the exam. And another thing I have to say, there is no age limit for the exam. There is no age limit, and there is not any number of attempt limit. There is no. So you can attempt any time, and there is no age limit too. But for JRF, there is age limit. 32 will be the maximum age for JRF for general category, and others will be 35. So keep all these things in your mind. But whenever you try for NET exam, always try for JRF, because if you are able to clear NET exam, then definitely you also able to clear JRF exam, because the difference of JRF and NET will be a minor difference. A few marks will be creating all the differences. So always try for JRF. And today mainly we are going to discuss how to crack this exam. That is our topic of discussion. And definitely I will be showing you some sample questions and the important area. I mean there are 10 different areas for paper 1. So let us talk about how to crack or how to clear this exam. So paper 1 is a common paper all, and the easiest way to clear NET or JRF is more marks in one. Especially in having more marks in paper 1 will be JRF and NET. So try to maximum mark in paper 1. That is one of the easiest way, because paper 2 in Arabic literature, that might be a much wider paper than paper. Lots of text and lots of different areas criticism in paper 2. Why in paper 1 we have, even though we have 10 different segments, and the area of questions will be limited. So we'll be getting questions repeatedly asking them. So try to get maximum marks in paper 1, I mean general paper. Then the question, how we will move in 1? Then the answer is through practicing previous question papers. If you are ready to practice previous question papers, then definitely you will be getting a good mark in paper 1, because almost 70% of the paper 1 is a kind of repetition. Probably direct repetition or indirect repetition. Anyway, repetition is there. So if you solve maximum number of previous question papers in paper 1, definitely you will be getting high marks in paper 1. So whenever you start preparation with paper 1, I mean whenever you start solving previous question papers, it is better to solve latest question papers, because the latest question paper is the best one for the preparation. So keep this point in your mind, that there is no any best guide for paper 1. The available best guide is previous question papers. You need not expand the options and questions. Just go through the questions and answers. Different websites are available there. They providing both question paper and its answers. So start practicing question paper and start preparation for the upcoming exam today onwards. And now let me show you the syllabus and different questions that usually asked. So let me share the screen. 1 second. Hope the screen is visible for you all. Is it okay? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. And I think my voice is also clear. Okay, so as I have told you, there are 10 different segments in UGC NET paper 1, and this paper is normally known as a paper of teaching aptitude. And what the first part of our first segment in this paper is teaching aptitude. And do you know how many questions are there in paper 1? You may type or you may use your mic. How many questions usually asked in paper 1? If you have any clue, just use chat box. Okay, let me say there are 10 segments, and from each segment there might be 5 questions. In total, we have 50 questions, and each question carries 2 marks. Normally, this is the pattern, but sometimes you might be getting more number of questions from one segment and lesser number of questions from some other segment. That is also quite possible. Probably you might be getting 1 question from one segment and 7 or 8 questions from other segment. That can also may happen. Anyway, our first segment is teaching aptitude. So, in teaching aptitude, as I have told you, there are some area of repetition. Usually asked questions are teaching aids. So there will be question from teaching aids, and there will be question regarding teacher-student relationship, and most probably one question will be from evaluation, and another one question will be from teaching methods. The last area, learning disability. These are the 5 areas usually repeatedly asked questions from these 5 areas. So teaching aids. Teaching aids means the instruments which we use inside classroom in order to make our teaching learning process easier and more effective. And teacher-student relationship means how a teacher be with his or her students. Should teacher be friendly or autocratic? Such question will be there. Evaluation, of course, we know that, and different teaching method also will be asked. And learning disability means some of the students of our classroom might be facing some learning disability. Suppose if anyone having some learning disability, how should the teacher tackle it inside the classroom when the teacher teaches? Such questions will be there, some practical kind of questions. These are the area for teaching aptitude you have to be very keen with and you have to understand. So let me show you some questions. All questions today I am going to show you are taken from previous question paper. So here we have the first question. What is the purpose underlying the use of teaching aids? To make the lessons interesting, to capture the student's attention, to enhance access to technological resources, to optimize learning outcomes. Okay, you may use chat box and type your answer there. What is the purpose? Probably you may go wrong, that doesn't matter. Just guess which one might be the proper answer. Just try. What is the purpose underlying the use of teaching aids? Is it to make the lessons interesting? Or is it to capture the student's attention? Or is it to enhance access to technological resources? Or is it to optimize learning outcomes? You have to select one option among these four. Then which one will you select? Okay, then let me answer the question.
Option 2, sir.
Here, the fourth one is the right answer. Option 2, to capture the student's attention. It is not the right one. Of course, this use of teaching aid will be useful to capture the student's attention. But and one other option is much more better. Try once again, one more. Yeah, then the answer is fourth one, to optimize learning outcomes. You know, in optimization of learning outcome, there is making the lessons interesting, and there is capturing the students' attention, and there is enhancing the access to technological resources. Everything is there. All other three options are there. So the fourth one is much a better option to optimize learning outcomes. Okay, now let's see another question. Question is a little lengthy. From the following list of statements, select those which indicate the characteristics and basic requirements of teaching. What are the basic requirements of teaching? So see the list first and opt for the right answer. Teaching implies communication. Teaching is like selling goods. Teaching means managing and monitoring. Teaching implies influencing others. Teaching requires convincing others. There can be no teaching without infrastructural support. These are the list. Choose the correct answer from the code given below. You will be getting a few seconds and try to get answer. Okay, 5 says the first one is the answer. I mean 1, 3 and 4.
First one, sir.
Muhammad Mutahir says only the first one. Okay, first one. Then let's see. First one is the right answer. Okay, I hope it is clear, so I don't want to explain it. So let's move to the next question. Suppose if you need any kind of explanation, just inform me. Okay, among the following, which one is not an instructional material? Audio podcast, printed material, or printed study guide, overhead projector, YouTube video. Among the following, which one is not an instructional material? Okay, which one is the answer? No idea. Hope you know means what instructional means. Why says first one audio. Both 1 and 2 are not the right answer. Then which one is? Muhammad Abdur says second one, no. Instructional means teaching or teaching learning. So instructional material means teaching material. Muhammad Mutahir says, now fourth one, no. Yeah, 5 is Arabic, got the right answer, overhead projector. Overhead projector is not a teaching material, or it is not an instructional material. While a material can be either audio or video, or it might be printed material. So here the right answer is overhead projector. Okay, now see another question. Which one of the following reflects best the quality of teaching in a classroom? First one, through full attendance in the classroom. Second one, through the use of many teaching aids in the classroom. Third one, through observation of silence by students in the classroom. And fourth one, through the quality of questions asked by students. Which among the following reflects best the quality of teaching in a classroom? Muhammad Mutahir says fourth one is the answer. Let's wait for others' reply. Faiz also believes that fourth one is the right answer. In different opinion? Yeah, you are right. Fourth one is the correct research, experimental research. And we will have one question from types of research. And we will have one question from research ethics normally. It means some ethics we have to follow in our research. We should not copy others' research without proper selection. And such questions will be asked from research ethics. And of course, we have questions from one question from research methods. So these are the, and we will have question from sampling process of research, especially samples, steps, and types of research. The most important key area for research aptitude. So, shall we move to the questions? This is the first question. Try to answer. A thesis statement is dash. In research, of course, we should have one thesis statement for our research. Then, that thesis statement is dash. Is it an observation, or is it a fact, or is it an assertion, or is it a discussion? What do you think? Muhammad Mutahir says it is an assertion. Let us see what others say. Yeah, Musaddiq Razi says also it is third one, an assertion. Yeah, Muhammad Sultan also opted for option number C, third option. You are right. It is an assertion. It is an assertion. At this statement, observation is not mere an observation or neither. So it is an, which of the following is an initial mandatory requirement for pursuing research? Initial mandatory requirement for pursuing research. Developing a research design, formulating a research question, deciding about the data analysis, formulating a research hypothesis. What do you think? Which one is the first step of research? Is it a research design, or research question, or data analysis, or hypothesis? Faiz believes there or formulate hypothesis. Okay, let's see what others say. Which might be the first step or initial mandatory requirement for pursuing research? Let me say Faiz, it is not formulating research hypotheses. Before that, we should have something else. Then what could be the answer? First one, developing a research line. No, then let me reveal the right answer. That is formulating a research question. Research question means research topic or research problem. So we should have a topic first, or we should have a problem first. Then we will formulate hypotheses. Hard question about hypothesis, probably 5 or 6. That was this is research topic. So research to clear. So option 2, number 2 is the correct answer. Is the same as in dash. Read all 4 options. Preparation of a research paper, writing of seminar. I will show you the answer. Third option, a research dissertation. For the same reason, we have a research dissertation in our PG or UG classes. Now, next segment, communication. So we are moving to the communication part. In communication, we will be getting questions from types of communication like horizontal communication, vertical communication, classroom communication, group communication, mass communication. These are types of communication. Another area which is important is elements of communication. Which are the elements of communication? Receiver, sender, message, like that. Another important area is communication barriers. Noise is the communication barrier. We will have questions from communication barriers. So now see one question from communication. Even below are 2 statements, assertion and reason. Assertion and reason type. This is the first question which belongs to the category of assertion and reason. So let me say that now UGC question paper, it has a tendency of adding more and more assertion and reason type questions. So there are lots of assertion and reason type questions. So whenever you solve such kind of questions, read both assertion and reason and decide whether the assertion is true or false, and decide whether the reason is also true or false. Then think about whether the reason is the proper reason of that given assertion. That way you have to find out the answer. So read both assertion and reason and decide it is truth or falsity. Then decide whether it is the proper reason. So see the assertion. Assertion A. Classroom communication has a cultural dimension. Reason. Beliefs, habits, customs and languages are the cultural characteristics of communication. So read these 2 sentences and decide whether it is true or false. The first one and second one. Then opt for the answer. Which one is the answer? See, is assertion true? Yeah, 5 says third one, A is true but R is false. You know, A is true, of course. Classroom communication has a cultural dimension. Then what is this kind of cultural dimension? What does it mean? It means beliefs, habits, customs, and languages. These are the cultural characteristics of communication. So R is also true, and here the right answer is both assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation. So you have to practice those kind of questions, then only you will be able to get the right answer very soon. And today our aim is not educating you in all these areas, but instead today my aim is giving you some glimpses of all these areas and how these kind of questions are and asked, and what kind of questions are there, and how should we prepare. So I am giving you some ideas how to prepare and what to prepare. So I will be moving really fast. Don't worry about that. This is just a beginning and intro type and orientation type program. And of course, we will have a kind of discussion at the end of the session. And that time, if you have any question, you may ask. See another question. A communication process can be considered complete when? Select the answer. Well, Arabic and Muhammad Sultan opted fourth one, the receiver understands the message. Faiz also opted for fourth one. You got the right answer. The receiver understands the message. Very clear. See, another question. In the context of communication, usual sequence is dash. Which one comes first? Which one comes second? Which one comes third? And which one is the last? Guess, think, and answer. Five says first one. Muhammad Sultan opted for fourth one. Pearl also opted for the first one. Yeah, then okay, Hafiz also opted first one. Then let me say, what is the difference between language and communication? Do you have any idea? What is the difference between language and communication? Which one is more systematic? Language or communication? Yeah. Language is more systematic. Language is a developed form of communication. So communication comes first. Then we will acquire language. So you have to change your answer. Here the right answer is third one. First communication and language. Then through language we create society, and then we reach in civilization. So that is the correct order. And now we completed communication also. Another important segment is reading comprehension. So reading comprehension means we will be given a passage and we have to solve those questions from the passage. There will be normally 5 questions and we have to answer those 5 questions after reading the passage. So let me say, In reading comprehension, there won't be repeated passage. So don't expect that a mere passage will be repeated there. Don't expect like that. But uh, pattern is always repeated. You know, if you solve more number of reading comprehension, then you will be able to solve the passages which you have been read before. So pattern is repeated there. And of course, one or two question might be a little difficult, but most majority of the question, I mean, questions from 3 to 4, those questions will be easy and direct. And today, I don't want to show you the model for reading comprehension. It is easy and you can do yourself. Because of the time constraint, I am skipping the example for reading comprehension. Now let's move to the logical reasoning. Logical reasoning is another important segment in our UGC NET paper 1. And we will be having 5 questions from logical reasoning. And usually in logical reasoning, one of the most repeated questions is, what is an argument? What is an argument? Can anyone just type what is an argument? What do you think? What is an argument? Just type. Muhammad Sultan says it is a discussion. It is not a discussion. Yeah, then let me say, here in logical reasoning, argument means justify our ideas. Yeah, Sattar Khan almost reached there. Yeah, in logical reasoning, argument means it is a set of statements. We are proving one statement with other statements. A group of statements or a set of statements is an argument. I will show you one question later. Okay, another important area, deductive and inductive reasoning. Definitely you will be getting one question from this part, deductive and inductive reasoning. Does anyone of you know what is a deductive reasoning or deductive argument? Any idea? You might have heard it. The difference between deductive and inductive reasoning. If you know or if you have any clue, just type there. I will explain that. There are mainly two types of argument for us, deductive and inductive. Deductive argument, reasoning or argument means from particular we reach to a general theory. So inductive argument means we starting from the particular and we are reaching or we are finalizing, we are concluding with a larger general statement. That's inductive argument. Well, in deductive argument, we will start from a general statement and we will end up with a particular statement. That's the difference. And Venn diagram, 3 overlapping circles will be given, and such type of questions is known as question related to Venn diagram. Analogical comparison also asked. That means comparing one thing with the other. Such question, I will show the example later. And definitions also might be asked. Probably you might be given few sentences and you have to draw one conclusion out of those sentences. Drawing conclusion is one type of question usually asked. And pramanas means it is related to Indian logic. In Indian logic there are 6 pramanas. Probably you might be getting one question from Indian logic. So see one question. This is a kind of argument, I mean some proposition and inferences are given there. Read the question and try to get the answer. Of course, in today's class, we are not able to understand logical reasoning in a perfect way because it is a little difficult area and it is a time-consuming topic also. and probably we may have some detailed session later. Anyway, try to get the answer. If proposition all republics are grateful, the first sentence is all republics are grateful is taken to be true. Then which of the following propositions can be false? So understand the question. The question is, if all republics are grateful, true, then which one of the following is false? So which option will you select? For your convenience, I have added one Venn diagram like picture there. So here the question is, if all republics are grateful is true, then which one of the following is false? See the answer. Third one. 1, 2, 3. So see, if all republics are grateful, then first point, republics are not grateful. Of course, it should be false. Let's see the picture. That way you can see all other sentences and you can finalize it. So it is not difficult. By seeing such questions, you should not think like that, or it's a very difficult, very abstract kind of, no. It is very easy kind of question. But you have to understand the sentence, meaning of the sentence, and you have to be careful dealing with those options. Now let's see another question. No red is black. What is the equivalent of no red is black? Okay, try to get one answer. If no red is black, check. If no red is black, then is the first one right? It is true. No black is red. Look at the picture. The circles, both red and black. They are separated. If no red is black, then no black is red. Yeah, 5 is opted for fourth one. Muhammad also opted for fourth one. Red is not black. Then let me show the answer. Answer is third one. 1 and 4. Yeah, anyway, fourth one is, that sense is true. You got that. Then now let's see the first one. No black is red. Look at the picture. No black is red. Is it okay? No black is red. Is there any part of red is overlapping the black? No. They are separated circles. No black is red. So that is also true. So both first and fourth one are true there. Now let me give you a little more easy type question in this category. Choose the proper alternative given in the code to replace the question mark. Cow, suppose cow gives us milk, bee gives us honey. Then what does the teacher give? You will get only a few seconds for this question because very easy type question. Yeah, Muhammad Mutahir got the correct answer. True, that is wisdom. Yeah, teacher should give us or should impart wisdom. Then now let's move to the another area, mathematical reasoning. So the difference between logical reasoning and mathematical reasoning, now you might have got. Logical reasoning means we are applying logic there. we might be getting a few sentences and we have to draw some conclusion, or we have to decide the truth or falsity of those statements, that logic reasoning. While mathematical and data interpretation, they are all connected, and mathematical reasoning, there we will have a few questions related to basic mathematics. There might be number series and alphabet series, probably coding and decoding, or you might be getting questions like direction. And generally, there will be high school level basic mathematics related questions. So these are the area of usually asked in mathematical reasoning. And of course, there might be some questions like a relationship between a few characters. Now see, read the question. The average of 35 row scores is 18. The average of first 17 of them is 14. And that of last 17 is 20. Find out the 18th row score. Just try. Now we know that there are 35 row. And the average is 18. But when we look at the first 14, its average is 20. Sorry, when we look at the first 17, its average is 14, and the last 17 is 20. In between there is 1, that means the 18th one. And what is the what is the average, or what is the score of that 18th one? I will show you the answer and step there. The answer will be 52. The way to get the answer is, now we know that there are totally 35 numbers and its average is 18. So total should be 630. The first 17, their average is 14. So their total means 238. Similarly, the last 17, there is 340. So now we have to find out the 18th one score. That will be, so let us minus these given number from 630. So the answer will be 52. Definitely in all question paper you will be getting questions related to finding out the average. Now let me show you one question related to coding and decoding. This is the question. If reason is coded as 5 and government as 9, then what is the code for accident? Yeah, Muhammad. Okay, 1 second. I am repeating the slide once again, since Muhammad Mutahir wanted to see it once again. Okay, let's move to the question. If reason is coded as 5 and government as 9, then what is the code for accident? What is the code for accident? It's very easy type question. Just apply your common sense. Don't think too much. Adopt one answer. If one give me the answer, I will move to the. Yeah, Ashraf says third one, but answer is second one. Yeah, Sattar Khan got the answer. Yeah, it is need not explain that. See how many letters are there in reason and what is the code for that. How many letters are there in government and what is the code given for that. And how many letters are accident and what should be the code for it. That is a clue to get the answer. And let me show you one question from direction test. Read the question carefully and answer. See, Gopal walks 20 meters towards north. So you should know where north is situated. And that way you may draw some lines and find out that. Then turns right and walks 30 meters. Then turns right, walks 35. Yeah, see the question and opt the answer. The answer will be fourth one. That means 45 meter. So this is the way I have drawn, and you may try your own way. So take the time and read the question letter and work on that. Definitely you will be getting the answer. Now let me show you a few questions from data interpretation. Data interpretation, there you will be getting a list of some data will be there. I mean, probably you might be, you have to solve some questions based on the given data. Some graphical representation or some columns with details will be there. For example, this is one question. Data on percentage of villages not electrified in 6 states is given below. So there are 6 states A, B, C, D, E, F, and villages not electrified, their percentage is given there. See, for example, in state A, 25% of the population, the villages are not electrified. That way, this is the data. And see the question. How many states have at least 50% or more electrified villages? You may feel that question is difficult. No, it is not like that. Yeah, twice says option number 2. Twice when you answer, see that, the data given is villages not electrified. But the question is villages, they are electrified at least 50%. So don't be confused with it. Suppose if the state A, 25% is not electrified, then that means 75% is electrified. That way you have to find out the answer. So A will be there, B also will be there, C also will be there, and F also will be there. So the answer is fourth one. So here the answer is fourth one. I will show you one more question from this category. Data on percentage of villages not electrified. Okay, same data. Which state has twice the percentage of electrified villages in comparison to state D? Which state has twice the percentage of electrified villages in comparison to state D? See, look at the state D, 60% is not electrified. Then the electrified will be 40%. Which state has the double of it? I mean, which state has 80% electrified villages? The question, yeah, 5 says, see, yeah, you got the correct answer twice. Congratulations. Now let's move to the people and environment. People and environment. From people and environment, we'll be getting questions like natural energy resources, question related to environmental issues, Environmental Protection Act, natural hazards and disasters. These area are the key area for this part of people and environment. For example, one question is Montreal Protocol aims at dash. What's the aim of Montreal Protocol? If it for reduction of greenhouse gas effect, or is it for phasing out ozone depleting substances? See all these options, and what do you think? What is the aim of Montreal Protocol? Yeah, I know that we don't have enough time to comment on all other options. Yeah, this is just an introduction for all these areas. Montreal Protocol aims at phasing out ozone depleting substances. Phasing out ozone depleting. Depleting means harming. Now see, another question. In large parts of eastern India, the groundwater is the first one, arsenic. Yeah, later you or let us together discuss such things. Now we don't have enough time. Another question which is repeatedly asked. Taj Mahal is mainly threatened by the deleterious effect of dash. Which one? Taj Mahal is mainly threatened by the deleterious effects of dash. What do you think is the right one? Of course, the answer is sulfur dioxide. Because of this sulfur dioxide, Taj Mahal is turning towards yellow color. Another question, an earthquake of magnitude in the range of 6 to 6.9 in Richter scale is known as 6 to 6.9. It is known as strong. So a major earthquake means 7 to 7.9. Strong means 6 to 6.9. Moderate means 5 to 5.9. Light means 4 to 4.9. Another segment for paper 1 here, information and communication technology. In this part, information and communication technology, our questions will be very basics in nature. I mean, basics of internet will be asked. ICT related questions like general abbreviations and terminology. I will show you some samples for that. For example, SMTP is an acronym for. SMTP is for mean for dash. Here the answer is SMTP is Symbol Mail Transfer Protocol. SMTP. So you have to remember such terms and such acronyms. These points or these questions are quite repetitive questions. So remember all these points. Children is an online storehouse of all academic awards like certificates, diplomas, degree, marksheet. It's the storehouse for this one. Here the answer is National Academic Repository. So remember, try to by heart bytes. What is the exact number of bytes contained? As I told you, 6 of bytes, kilobyte, megabyte series. There following file format question JPEG is video format that we know. Now let's see higher education. Which one of the following states is going to have India's first national rail and transportation university? Here the answer is Gujarat. Similar questions will be there. Once there was a question like in which state there is the first virtual university? The answer was Tamil Nadu. And I have told you that there will be question related to UGC. This is one sample question, and another sample question related to UGC. The main aim of the faculty recharge scheme of UGC. The main aim of the faculty recharge scheme of the UGC. The answer is address the shortage of faculty in higher education institution. So such kind of question will be there. Another example, for the day-to-day administration of university, which of the following bodies is responsible? Day-to-day administration of the university. Here the answer is second option, that means syndicate, executive council. Okay. And one more question, which of the following is a non-conventional learning program in higher education? But it has become now almost conventional. A non-conventional learning program in higher education. Is it SWAYAM or face-to-face or tutorial class or it's seminar? Your answer is SWAYAM. It is an online platform. Okay, these are the 10 segments and 10 different areas. And these are the repeatedly asked areas for these 10 segments. So as I have told you, whenever you prepare for JRF, even though the difficulty level is a little higher, but if you try, definitely you will be clearing it. It is not a very difficult task. And yeah, I will give you my contact number. And so if you go through previous question papers, I guarantee you JRF. Because I have enough experience, lots of participants cleared JRF following my suggestions. So always try for JRF and solve maximum number of question papers. And if you have any general or any question or any queries, you may have it now. And I will type my product number here. If there is no question, then let us wind up the session here. Anyway, I will be available in this number. You may WhatsApp if you have any such question. Okay, thank you, Muhammad Mutahir. Welcome. I know it was a quick safari through all these topics. We were in a little hurry. As I have told you, our aim was just an introduction and orientation. And of course, this orientation is enough if you work accordingly. Okay. Okay, welcome, Faiz. Then let's end the program here.
Thank you, Rahman sir. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge with our students. And as Abdur sir has said, this will be the session in which Abdur sir has thrown his light on UGC, how to prepare UGC NET examinations and JRF. Inshallah, definitely we'll be having continuous program with the same resource person as he told, he has guided many students, and with his instructions many students have got benefited and also have got cleared the UGC NET exams as well as JRF examinations. Thank you for that. Inshallah, with this I am going to propose my vote of thanks. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad wa barik wa sallim alayhi. First of all, I thank Almighty Allah for for making us to organize this wonderful program. It's a beneficial one for the students. And definitely I thank my head of the department, Dr. N.M. Amirim Sahab, for his concern and also his encouragement to conduct this program. Then I thank the authorities of our college, and then I thank today's resource person, Mr. Abdur Sahab. As well as I thank all the participants who have joined and they have given their inputs as well. And also I thank my colleagues for their support in organizing the program. Jazakumullah khairan wa khairan alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.